What's going on, guys? College Lefty Gaming, and in this video I have something a little bit different. I didn't originally plan on making this video, but this is going to be my thoughts on MLB The Show 18 in comparison to a lot of other people. So I've noticed a trend this year's game. A lot of content creators are just bashing the developers, just bashing the game, a game that they make profit on, and it's really bothering me, man. I'm really getting sick of it. I figured I would come out and say my thoughts on the game. Now, before I go any farther, I do want to say that I'm not putting down anybody that has made a video regarding their thoughts about the game. That's perfectly fine. They're open to their opinion. They have their proof. They have their critiques on the game, and that's fine. But some people have said that this game is a complete flop. The Immortals ruined the game. No other players matter. Content's terrible. All these negative things. And I'm going to show you guys that that's completely wrong. So this screenshot right here, these two screenshots, I was a silver level. This was the very first event that came out during this season. Or the first is the second event. And I was able to win 2 Corey Seager cards. And I'm going to show you right now that I sold those Corey Seager, one of them for 66,000 stubs, on April 7th. So the game came out March 22nd, and this is a couple weeks later. This is about 2 weeks later after the first event. I had no money spent. And then this next screenshot, I won another Corey Seager 2 days later, same event, on April 9th, 2018, sold for 66,000. If you notice what I'm buying at this time, Braves jerseys. Why? Because Immortal Chipper Jones. It's April. I'm expecting Immortal Chipper Jones. Well, I got lucky again. I won another diamond in this event. This was actually the Southpaw event a little bit later on. And I ended up doing really well in this event. I'm a lefty myself. I like hitting lefty-lefty in this game. That doesn't matter, though. Anyway, I sold to Strasburg for 48,000 4 days later, and I began buying other things. So here I take you guys all the way back through my orders, all of them. I'm showing you guys that I didn't spend money on the game in order to get these cards. If I was to buy the Corey Seager before or whatever, it would show a buy order. You'll see all silver cards. I'm buying silvers at the beginning of the game. It was all silver to gold exchanges. You see how I'm selling these the gold cards. The only card you see there, Charlie Blackmon. I got that card out of Conquest. This is March 23rd, the second day the game released. Well, I finished Conquest on the second day. I was grinding the game out. I enjoyed the game. I played it for like 10, 12 hours straight on stream. I had about, 100 subs at this time. This is when I just started making my YouTube content. So anyway, I go through all this. I ended up buying Bryce Harper on day 3, like I've said throughout the whole time, by flipping the silver cards that I was buying for 300, getting players like George Springer, selling them for 20K, getting players like Wilson Contreras, selling them for 6K. There, I bought a George Springer for 10. I bought one for 11. I was flipping cards, buying Marlins hats for the Hanley Ramirez program. Anyway, I'm going through all my orders, showing you guys that I didn't put money into the game and buy the cards first. So here I show you guys the Southpaw event. This isn't where I finished, but this is just a screenshot. I was ranked number 1 at one time. Here's a record from my ranked seasons, the first month of the season. You can see my stats. I'm going to compare you guys to how I was playing at the beginning of the year with a terrible team and how I was playing with Immortals at the end of the season, showing you guys that you don't need Immortals to win games, first of all. I'm not the best player, as you can see from my stats, and I'm not the worst player either. But, for example, the developers, they told us every single thing we needed to know in order to get these cards. During the live stream before the game launched, they showed us every single Immortal that would be in the game. They showed us the career arcs that go with it. They told you guys that you would need the certain career arcs, exchange missions. They told us everything that they would need. The one thing that they were kind of skeptical on was they said that you would not have to put real money into the game. Well, for the average player, I would say that they would have to put some money into the game. But if you look at my timesheet, over time, I mean, this says when the Immortals dropped and these second wave of career arcs dropped, it was on June 27th was when they dropped these cards, right? I started grinding for Immortals on June 27th. I have the proof right here. I'm looking at my live stream. All career arcs dropped. June 27th, I started grinding Albert Bell, right? That means you had 3 months to get the career arcs done from the first part, to get enough stubs for whichever Immortals you wanted to go for. They revealed these cards, showing you which teams you need to collect. They showed on live stream how much % of each Immortal or each career arc you're going to need in comparison for exchange missions, whether it's gold jerseys, hats, whatever, any team souvenirs. They helped us out by allowing you to use any team souvenirs from that team for these second career arcs. Not to mention that these cards, between the first wave of career arcs and this second wave of career arcs, these are some of the best cards in the game in general. You can build a good team to compete with just these cards alone. But have I also mentioned that the developers said that the Immortals would be the best cards in the game? They legit told us that they were going to come out with these Immortal cards, that they were going to be immortalized in the game and whatnot. The developers came out with the idea that these Immortal cards would have the best seasons of their entire career combined into one card. Absolutely a genius idea. No other Ultimate Team mode has done this. It's something that's unique to this MLB The Show game. Anyway, that's still not good enough. Some of these people are still complaining that they're not able to get the Immortal cards, even though all the information was there for them to be able to get them, for them to be able to prepare. I actually made a profit when these second wave of career arcs came out. I was ready for them. I had bought many souvenirs in preparation for that. And if you were following the channel throughout the entire season, then you would have seen my progress. You would have had the tips that I was giving out on what to do and how to prepare for these, buy the diamond bats for these teams, and you take a look at the Phillies diamond bat to this day. I had 7 or 8 of them. I'm just using that as an example. I know some people wouldn't be able to get those, but there were other options to get souvenirs through packs. You were able to get different tiers, bronze, silver, gold, or diamond, that go towards these career arcs. You actually didn't need that many souvenirs in order to complete the second wave of career arcs. You needed more positional players, which I also invested in. But anyway, I'm not going to continue talking about how I did it without spending any money. I want to focus on the content and how people are saying that any content that they come out with now is not going to compete with Immortals. Well, that was to begin with. These Immortals were the best in the game. No content that they ever planned on coming out with was going to be able to compete with these Immortals. Did they expect everybody to get Immortals within the first couple days, within the first week or two, and have all the Immortals? No. Maybe the program design behind them wasn't a long enough grind. And I say that because it's funny, because people complained these Immortals were too long of a grind. Well, if they were too long of a grind, then people wouldn't have had them in 2 weeks. I had 8 Immortals by July 9th. That's 2 weeks after that they released them on June 27th. Not even 2 weeks. It's like 10 days, 11 days. But anyway, here's my record from before the career arcs dropped. I was 70-17. This was with 2 Immortals, or 3 Immortals on my team. I was actually 68-17 before, on June 25th, I believe. I went into a viewer game stream of mine, looked at my record, 68-17. Then I did the debut video with Ken Griffey Jr., Chipper Jones, and Babe Ruth. I had those 3 Immortals debut, and ever since then, I've actually done extremely well. I've had a lot of fun with the game. It's been awesome. I've gone up against full teams with Immortals. No problem. Some guys are good. Some guys can't hit with them. It requires skill. Even if you have Immortals, you still aren't guaranteed to win any games. Yes, the content now, like the Conquest Dynasty, Destiny, that was never going to compare to anything that the Immortals bring to the table. That 94 Eddie Murray is a decent card. Does he compare to any Immortals? No, that's not the case. Not one card they release now is going to compare with the Immortals. Even the content that they just dropped recently, Luis Gonzalez and Ralph Kiner, those 2 cards are amazing. Those are great bats. Are they bench bats? Yes, just like all the career arc number 2 to the career arc wave 2, those are all bench bats as well. If you have Immortals, those are all bench bats. Here is where we're at today. This is my record, 120-28 with worse stats. My average has gone down. Everything's gone down. Facing Immortal pitchers, it's a tough game. There's been patches. My point is that the small development team of 90+ people has given us a great game. They're not grateful for it. They're bashing the game, a game that they make money off of. I'm just sick of it. Sorry guys for going on this rant, but this is how I feel. And hopefully you guys enjoyed, and you might not agree with me, and that's perfectly okay. I think the thing that gets me the most is that the same people that are bashing the game, bashing the developers for the game that they made, are the same people that got to where they are on their channel or their content because of this game, because of how much fun they were having. And they're just, now it's like the trend is to just trash the best baseball game we have on the market. I mean, no question there's some flaws in it. The gameplay could use some tweaks, but I mean, this is the best baseball game we have. I mean, until there's another one, this is what we got, guys. I mean, that's my thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry to go on this rant, but you might not agree with me, and you might. It is what it is. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow with some more MLB The Show 18. I love this game, man. I'm going to play it all year. Peace out.